Hello there, folks. Hey, this quick video is going to talk about how to do some double 64-bit representation. In this case, you might have a device that has a 64-bit number, say two doubles, if you will, and you want to show that on a red line unit. And generally, we're 32-bit, but in this case, we're going to take advantage of a couple functions we have in Crimson to do this. Now, in this example, over here in data tags, I have an int tag here, and you would map this to your double registers in the device you're talking to. For instance, I think I got a screen pop up here. Here's one from a customer. Tallery is my buddy that is working on this, and he says, I got this problem. I need to write a number in, but because the red line is limited to 10 digits in the numeric form, we couldn't show this whole number off like he wanted. So I did not know about a function in Crimson here that is called AsTextR64withFormat. This is a cool little thing I never knew existed till recently. And you feed this, you feed it your string, well, not your string, but your data array, and then you have some example of the format you want it to be in. So what I'm doing here, we go back to Crimson. So this is my register. Like I said, this could be mapped to a rock, any device that has two doubles, if you will. And normally you would use then a function called asReal int to 64, this R64 to real, to show that number. But like I said, the problem is it's bigger than 10 digits. So instead, I'm going to use this function, and I'm going to send it, in this example, I got this quotation 16.3.1 and then comma this thing. If I go over here to programs, I actually made this a little easier. I declare it as ABC here, and A is the maximum number of characters, B is the characters to the right of the decimal point, and C is either show leading zeros or hide the trailing zeros, I should say. So let's go ahead and try this out here, team. And I've got in here a number of examples where I'm going to load in some double values here. Also, I'm going to use a website to check this, and that website is baseconvert.com/IEEE-754-floating-point. If you go to that website, you're going to get this here. The nice thing about that is you can use this to put in different numbers to see if you get the result that you're looking for. So for instance, let's go ahead and try this out, team. I have, like I said, a bunch of these numbers here pre-built in, and on my screen, I've got buttons that'll call it up. This is going to show the individual doubles, and then down here, we're going to get the as text version, showing the limitation of 10 digits, and then down here, we're going to get the result that we want. So let me go ahead and download this to the emulator. Got it running here. So if we use this button here, for instance, this number 5, notice I get the number 123.999.000 here. Okay, and you can see here that the asReal R64 is too big. The number's too big, it's not going to show up. So if you see here, that's the number we want. If I go back to this example here, that's what this person's getting, Tallery is getting in his ABV total flow. Actually, I think this is the rock. It's a double in a rock. But anyway, that's the number he's looking for. And as you look here on the emulator, there is the number. Now, if I didn't want the decimal points, I could go back to Crimson, and I could go to my, over here, this guy here. Let's say that I didn't want 3 digits after. I could change this to, say, 1, for instance. There we go. Let me go ahead and save this and download it. Press that button, and now you can see I get that there. It's exactly the same as what he's got right there. So that function is pretty cool, folks. You can use, like I said, the AsTextR64withFormat. Oh, let me show you where you can find that. Go over to the lower right-hand corner of Crimson, go to System, expand the functions tree, and since this is kind of a string, we're converting to a string, you're going to go down to the strings category, and here's that function right here. Now, if you have Acrobat installed, you can right-click and show help info, and that will take you to this document right here that gives you the write-up of it. Okay, so anyway, let's go back to our emulator, which is about to close because I had open 15 minutes already. Let me go ahead and re-download this. There we go. Oops. All right, let's re-download. So just so some other examples, this number here I put in, there's my numbers there. So I loaded that up, 98675, that number there. But this is really, so let's go ahead and let's use that website, 986753221.0. So if I go here and I go up here and I'll put in that number here, 987653221.0, boom, hit enter. If you look down here, here's the number, the hex. Let me move this over so you can see. Look, there is the double the first one with the first 32-bit number, 41CD6F34, that's correct. And then after that, I got 5888, 588000. That's the number that's in there. That's pretty cool. Again, I can try other ones. I got some other numbers here, but oh, this is one that's cool here. This one is 8675309.123. Now, you might say, wait a minute, I only see a .1 there, right? Well, that's because I changed this digit here. Let's change that to 3. And let's say that I went 12 digits before, not 16, 12. All right, let's do that. Let's go ahead and download that to the emulator. Press that button. Look, 8675. Now I should have put 10. But anyway, 8675309.123. Let's go back to this little thing right here. Slide up top. Let's put that in here. Let me put that in 8675309.123. That's an awesome number, by the way. And if you look here, there's that number there, 4160BDFD. There you go, A3F. I put the right number in? I think I did. But anyway, pretty cool, team. Again, I want to stress to you, you can use that function AsTextR64withFormat, open parentheses, double quotations, then your ABC, your variables I mentioned, end quotations, comma, and then the tag, the first pointer into the first element. And then over here, I'm just using a different function. Here, if I put in a number, say 12.34, enter, R64, then I'm doing the opposite here. I'm taking a real number in red line and trying my best to convert it to an R64 by using the function real to R64 code, which can be found in, I believe, the math category. And if I slide down to math, R64, real to R64, that's that function right there. Anyway, just thought I'd show that off. That's pretty cool. I believe that sometime in the future, there's going to be an add-on here to Crimson where you can hit a pull down and declare it as a double. They haven't released that yet, but I heard that's coming out soon. But anyway, just thought I'd show off this video. If you want to copy this database to play with, send me an email and tell me, hey, send me the R64 _ display doubles, and I'll send it to you. Thanks a lot, folks. Have a great day. We'll see you later.